at the Ontario Science Centre, one of the first interactive science museums in the world. Donna, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
Amazing. Tell us what makes the Science Centre so special.
As an interactive science museum, we're known for engaging visitors of all ages with our exciting exhibits. So there's lots of exhibit halls here with many different topics for people to explore and enjoy. All the way from Kids Bar for kids 8 and under, to the Space Hall, to the Living Earth with a real rainforest inside. There's so many exhibit halls for people to enjoy and explore. We also have a lot of programs and events for people to enjoy. From daily demonstrations such as the Van der Graaf machine, which is that great silver ball that makes your hair stand on end, all the way to the Omni Max Theater, where you can experience a movie in larger-than-life detail.
Wow, the Science Centre really makes science come to life. I love the interactivity of it all. You've got some really cool exhibitions on. Can you tell me what's new at the Science Centre?
Yes, so we do have 2 special exhibitions on for just a limited period of time. One of them is Bug Lab, which is all about seeing life from the perspective of a bug. We also have Planet Ice, which was constructed and designed by the Canadian Museum of Nature in Ottawa. And it's a great way for people to be able to experience the impact that ice has had on our world.
Wow, I love that. I'm so excited to explore everything that's on today. I've been to the Science Centre many times before, and my personal favorite is the Omni Max Theater. You walk in, you see the structure, it's beautiful. Tell me some fun facts about it.
The film is actually 10 times the size of a standard 35mm film. This December, the Omni Max Theater celebrates its 25th anniversary. And in celebration of that, we're welcoming a fascinating new film called Asteroid Hunters, which celebrates deep space, asteroids, and their origins.
There are so many levels here, maybe more than people can do in just one day. Is there a way for people to come back again and again and again and again and again?
Absolutely, and we definitely encourage that. Once you have a membership, you have free admission, you have discounts at the restaurant, and there are special member-only events.
There are some really cool zones here in Planet Ice, and they're really fun and interactive. Do you want to tell us about some of them?
So the first part of the show, to start it off, is all about the power of ice. What ice is, how it forms, and you'll get a chance to look back in history and see how many times the Earth has actually been in an ice age and what factors define whether or not we're in an ice age. Another section has to do with the adaptations that are made, both animals and humans. How do we live in a cold environment? And how have creatures adapted over the ages in order to be able to survive? Another zone is the importance of ice today, where we look at the impact that ice and having cold spells really has on our existence. And we finish it all up by looking at the future of ice. What happens with climate change and the fact that we're looking at a future where there may not be any ice?
I love learning so much from you, and I guess now I'm ready to learn about the Bug Lab. So what do you say we head there now? This is basically a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment. We are here at Bug Lab with Megan Brophy. You are a researcher and programmer. Tell us about this exhibition.
This is one of my favorite exhibitions here at the Science Center. It's a traveling exhibition, and it was developed in collaboration with the group that worked on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's lots of larger-than-life models of some of these amazing insects. You get to learn about their adaptations, and you also get to see what we as humans have learned from these bugs.
The best thing is that this is a very interactive experience, like you mentioned. What are some of the things that you can do inside Bug Lab?
There's tons of different interactive components for people of all ages. There's a slide that you can go through that mimics the passage of the chemicals from a bombardier beetle. You can test your hunting skills against those of a orchid mantis. You can work together with your friends to try and defeat a giant hornet. Those are just a couple of the interactive components.
I know it's really cool that we got to see these creatures bigger than life, like you mentioned, but I'd like to actually see some of these creatures in my hand, maybe a little close up. So why don't we go and take a look at some of them?
So these are Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and they're like same big family as the cockroaches that you'd probably see on the subway, but as you can see, they don't have wings.
Basically, these are not scary creatures at all.
This is a Thailand walking stick, and as you can see from how she looks almost exactly like a stick. When she gets startled, she can take her arms and her legs and extend them straight along beside her body, and she looks exactly like a twig.
Oh, I really like her. She's a fun one.
This is a giant dead leaf mantis. In her enclosure, sometimes she'll hang upside down and sway from side to side and look almost exactly like a dead leaf. Similar to the orchid mantis that's in the exhibition, she is a predator.
She's like standing on a ledge, just being amazing.